Life can be real cruel sometimes. What allegedly this man did to that 13-year-old, and I think someone else is with her, it's just evil. It's that simple. And it did not need to happen. Let's see.
A suspected rapist is off the streets this morning thanks to a group of good Samaritans who helped police apprehend the man.
I gotta say, I'll be thinking about that girl and her family too. Tragedy.
Accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in a Queens Park. That all happened last week.
That suspect is scheduled to be back in court later this morning. Now, Good Day's Briella Thomas said she's live in Kew Gardens. And Briella, community members took matters into their own hands, resorting to street justice before police arrived and arrested that suspect.
Yeah, that is precisely what happened here. Tashani and Dan, good morning to both of you. And Christian Giovanni Ingalandi could be arraigned here at Queens Criminal Court as early as this morning. Police worked, though, around the clock. They canvassed neighborhoods. They looked for evidence and even did door knocks. Ultimately, as you mentioned, it was a group of everyday New Yorkers who waited for the suspect outside a bodega he frequented and then, yes, took matters into their own hands. An all-out manhunt led to the swift capture of Christian Giovanni Ingalandi, the Ecuadorian migrant accused of raping a 13-year-old girl at knife point in Kissena Park while her friend was tied up nearby.
The perpetrator has made statements after waiving Miranda rights, where he indicated that he has a drug problem, that he found the knife that he used to threaten the two teens.
The 25-year-old suspect who crossed the border illegally through Eagle Pass, Texas in 2021 is expected to face a judge today where he'll be arraigned on a slew of charges, including rape, robbery, kidnapping, and criminal possession of a weapon. Citizen app video shows Ingalandi being taken into custody by the NYPD just after 1 o'clock on Tuesday morning after a group of Good Samaritans in Corona recognized him from these wanted flyers and police sketches, showing a distinctive boar tattoo with red eyes. Tips also poured in via social media, mentioning the suspect's name and Facebook account, which had pictures of the same clothes he wore the day of the crime. Locals explained how they tackled Ingalandi and held him down until cops arrived.
He set him up. He was just waiting for him. I got the belt and shot him.
It's not about being a hero. It's about doing the right thing.
But the news of Ingalandi's arrest broke first here on Good Day New York.
We have we have this person in custody right here. He's a strong person of interest.
We're calling him a person of interest.
Mm-hmm.
We should call him the devil.
Police say Ingalandi threatened a 13-year-old girl and boy with a machete-style knife last Thursday in broad daylight and forced them into a wooded area of Kissena Park. He's accused of tying the victim's hands with shoelaces, raping the young girl, and then instructing the pair to stay put for 20 minutes before taking off with their cell phones. Neighbors who frequent the park are breathing a sigh of relief now that the man described as a monster is off the streets.
That was a quick thing that they did. They tried to over they did it and how they did it. These people are terrorized and they're all scared. And I feel so grateful about NYPD.
And the hero Samaritans.
Ingalandi has multiple prior run-ins with police here in New York that led to 3 summonses. Police say there was also one domestic violence incident that did not lead to an arrest. But remember, he was detained in Texas for crossing the border illegally. That's the very latest live here in Kew Gardens, Queen.
You don't want to make this a political thing, especially because that little girl and her friend and that family. But this didn't need to happen. And that's the facts.